Welcome our male athletes here on day one of the FINA High Diving World Cup in Abu Dhabi. From Poland, it's Chris Kolanes. 8th 2013 BCN FINA World Championships. Chris Kolanes.
Welcome back to the FINA High Diving here in Abu Dhabi. We're here at the Yas Marina circuit diving into the Gulf Sea. Just welcoming on the athletes for this men's 27-meter diving competition. So our first diver is Chris from Poland.
Hey guys!
And then next up is Michael.
And number 3 from Italy, Alessandro De Rossi.
Alessandro De Rose.
From France, in 2006 he came second in the cliff diving in Acapulco. It's Cyril Onuchka.
Cirillo from France.
From Bulgaria next, Todor Spasov. 12th of 2015 FINA World Series.
Todor Spasov.
And a diving show performer, Todor Spasov. From Mexico, Sergio Guzman. 10th of 2015 FINA World Cup in Mexico.
Sergio from Mexico, age 32.
Next, Alain Cole, a gymnast and a snowboarder. Alain Cole.
Alain.
For the FINA World Champion, it's Gary Hunt from the UK.
Gary Hunt from the UK. He's 8th up.
From Brazil, Murilo Galvez Marquez.
Murilo from Brazil. I believe Murilo is working out in Dubai at the moment on a circus in his spare time.
From Russia, Igor Samachko.
Igor from Russia. He's age 40. One of the older divers competing here.
Next up, we have the 2015 third place finisher, Kazan FINA from Artem Silchenko.
Russia. He's our 11th man up. There's 18, oh sorry, there's 23. I believe 18 will qualify for Worlds.
Vitar Masnowski.
Okay, Victor.
The official FINA high diving competition. From Belarus, Vitar Masnowski.
Sorry, Kyle from the United States of America.
Coming in number 13 from the USA, Paul Ritrio.
Orlando.
Please welcome from Colombia, Orlando Duque. 2015 FINA World Cup champion in Mexico. 2013 BCN World Champion.
Age 42, again one of our older divers. And Carol from Poland. He's one of the younger ones, only 21 years of age.
Next up from the USA, finished 5th at the FINA World Championships 2 years back.
USA, Andy Jones.
Andy Jones. From Great Britain, please welcome Owen Weymouth.
Great Britain, Owen Weymouth. Again, he's one of our younger divers. He's only 18 years of age.
From Ukraine, Oleksiy Prigorov.
Oleksiy from Ukraine.
Coming in number 19 is a former Olympian from the United Kingdom, Blake Aldridge.
Great Britain, Blake Aldridge.
Coming in number 20 from Russia, Nikita.
Russia with Nikita. He's number 20. There's 23 divers competing in this men's event.
From Colombia, Miguel Garcia.
Okay, Miguel Garcia. He's our number 21.
22 from the USA, Steve LeBeau.
Okay, from the United States of America, we've got Steve LeBeau.
Mexico, Steve LeBeau. And wrap it up with our 23 athletes from Mexico, Jonathan Paredes.
From Mexico, Jonathan Paredes.
In Russia, Jonathan Paredes.
So those are all our athletes for this men's 27-meter highball diving event. It's nice to see so many taking part. There's not many people in the world that compete in this sport because it's such a difficult sport. It takes years and years of training. It's such a high impact on the body, traveling from 27 meters down to the earth. Looking at terminal velocity, so about 120 miles an hour almost when they're hitting the water. 200 kilometers an hour nearly on impact. These guys have to be incredibly strong, having great tension throughout the body. Any slight mishap could cause catastrophic injury.
The platform is 27 meters high.
So the first round of dives that we're going to see today all have a maximum degree of difficulty of 2.8. These dives are the more basic dives just to show tension, form and skill. And then we're going to move on to round 2 where the divers have an unlimited degree of difficulty. We're going to see dives up to 4.7. Yeah, so dives, 5.2, 5.3, some of the dives, which are incredibly difficult to perform. The degree of difficulty is determined on how difficult the dive is, the direction of the dive, the number of twists, the number of somersaults, the direction of the dive. All these things make the dive more harder, so the more somersaults, the more twists, the harder the dive is to perform. So we're going to see lots of different directions today. We've got the forward category, we've got the backward category, we've got reverse, which is where they start forwards, but rotate backwards towards the diving board. We've got inward, which is where they start backwards, rotate forwards towards the diving board. We've got twisting dives, which is somersault and twist at the same time. And we've also got arm stand dives, where they start in handstand. You can see some of the divers there just mentally preparing themselves for their first dive. There's 7 judges, so they're going to get 7 scores. They're going to drop the top 2 scores, drop the bottom 2 scores, and the remaining 3 get added up and times by the degree of difficulty. Again, in this first round, we're going to see dives of a maximum of 2.8 degree of difficulty, and there's a few divers that are doing dives with a degree of difficulty of 2.7, so slightly lower. So the maximum is 2.8.
Our referee today, Claudio De Niro. Our assistant referee, Julian Linas.
The divers are slowly going to make their way up all the stairs up to the 27-meter diving board. You can see there's 23 divers competing in this competition. Top 18 will go through to the Worlds.
Three of the finest high divers in the world with us here in Abu Dhabi. Thanks, of course, to our sponsors and supporters here at the FINA High Diving World Cup. Many thanks to the
Just going to welcome all our judges and referees for this competition.
Council, of course, thanks to Omega.
We've got the divers in the water. They're all ready to go. Scuba divers, just in case there's any mishaps. They're there for the safety of the divers. When the diver hits the water, you'll see that they'll come up. They'll give them the AOK sign.
Here we are at the new home.
There's no injuries.
Yas Marina Circuit, and it's still day 1.
See there, just putting a little bit of water on the end of the platform, just because it's 39 degrees here in Abu Dhabi at the moment. So the platform's attracting some sun. The divers don't want to burn their feet on the end of it. Okay, so over to Chris with an inward double somersault, half twist in the pike position. Degree of difficulty, like I said, for this first round is 2.8. Okay, good first dive there from Chris. He's okay, he's popped his head up, he's happy. That was the inward double somersault, half twist in the pike position. You see him rotating through the air nice and slow. Loads of control, looking at the water. Okay, 7s from all the judges and 58.8.
7 and a 7 for a total of 58.8 for Chris Kolanes from Poland. Next up from the Czech Republic, it's Michal Navratil.
Michal.
Michal's doing a forward, three somersaults.
3.5 free somersaults, half twist. In the pike position. Giving the thumbs up, indicating that he's ready. The water team are ready. A solid opening dive there from Michal.
Forward, 3 somersaults with a half twist.
See what the judges think of that one.
The Czech Republic. The judges love it. 8.
Okay, 8.5, 8.5, 8, and a total of 70 points.
For a total of 70 points for Michal Navratil from the Czech Republic. From Italy, Alessandro De Rossi, performing back two
Okay, Alessandro De Rossi from Italy.
Alessandro De Rossi.
Back, double somersault, half twist. One twist. So he's going to do half twist in the first somersault. And in the second somersault, you're going to see another half twist. Half in, half out. From 27 meters. Good solid dive there, great entry into the water. That's what the judges are looking for, that splashless entry, which means they hit the water completely vertical, dive nice and safe. See here on the replay, great body tension there, look. Okay, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 63 points.
63 points in round 1 for Alessandro De Rossi from Italy. Next up from France, Cyril Omichkan.
Okay,
Cyril
total.
reverse flying 1 somersault.
Flying reverse somersault in the pike position.
Very, very graceful from Cyril Omichkan. Reverse flying 1 somersault. And reports from the judges, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5.
7.5 from the judges. Total of 60.2.
60.2 for Cyril Omichkan. Bulgaria, it's Todor Spasov. Todor is performing a back flying one somersault.
Okay, Todor. Back flying one somersault in the tucked position. Great opening dive there for Todor. Degree of difficulty was one of the slightly lower ones in this first round of only 2.7.
That's how you do it when you've been in the sport as long as you have.
Yeah, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Total of 52.65.
And 6.5. For a total of 52.65 points for Todor Spasov from Bulgaria. Next up on the podium from Mexico,
Okay, Sergio.
Guzman.
Back double somersault in the tuck position.
Back two somersaults.
Degree of difficulty is 2.8. That is the maximum degree of difficulty for this round. Thumbs up. Very nicely done there. You can see him picking his knees up into a tight side shape, kicking out to see where he is, realising he needs a little bit more rotation, so pulling his knees back into the tuck to get that vertical entry. We see here on the replays he pulls in fast, kicks out, sees, and then pulls his knees over for the tuck. For the entry into the water. 8.5, 8.5, 8, and a total of 70 points. Puts him in the number one spot so far. We're only 6 divers in though. Still another 17 to go.
Las amo, princesas! Woohoo!
From Luxembourg, Alain Cole.
Okay, Alain.
Alain's performing inward two somersaults with a half
We're
twist.
doing the inward double somersault half twist in the pipe position. Good opening dive there.
From Luxembourg.
Slightly over on the entry into the water.
Twist.
See what the judges think.
Judges point 7, 6.5.
Okay, 6.5, 7, 7. Total of 57.4.
4 points for Alain Cole from Luxembourg. Still by the way, this dive what we're seeing is the required dive. Slightly easier than the second dive. Next up on the podium from Great Britain, it's Gary Hunt.
Okay, over to Gary Hunt from Great Britain.
Two somersaults with a half twist. Inward two somersaults with
Inward
a half twist.
double somersault half
Gary
twist.
Hunt from Great Britain.
Same dive as what we just saw there from Alain. Fantastic opening dive there, good entry into the water, hardly any splash whatsoever. It's what the judges are looking for, it's the last thing to see, first thing on their mind.
See what the judges thought of that.
See there on the replay, great show, you see his hair flailing in the wind. Yeah, it's reflected in his scores. 9.5 from the judges, 79.8. Puts him in number one so far. Still not even halfway through this round one.
79.8 points for Gary Hunt from Great Britain.
Well done, Gary.
Gary Hunt, of course, a former FINA world champion. Excellent first round. Next dive from
Okay, we're to our next diver, Murillo. Flying forward somersault tucked. This one's incredibly difficult to do and takes some real guts. A single forward somersault. He's going to be so careful here. He holds his shape, tension, otherwise he's going to be over on his stomach. And off this height, really doesn't want to do that. This guy's got it mastered though. As you can see there, fantastic dive there from Murillo. Great support here, you can hear the crowd cheering for him. He's obviously one of the favourites today. Such a beautiful dive to execute.
8.5, 8.5, 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5 from all judges, 71.4.
For 71.4 points. Original second place for Murillo Galvez Marquez from Brazil. Next up, please welcome from Russia, Igor Smachko.
Okay, Igor.
Reverse one somersault.
Reverse single somersault in the pike position. Very nicely done. I love this, just these single somersaults, because they just show so much control throughout the air. Great body tension. And it just makes it look a bit more finesse. 7.5 from all the judges, and 60.75. So currently in 6. 9 divers down, sorry, 10 divers down, and 13 to go. Artem from Russia is our next diver.
Nearly halfway through the men's for the first round from Russia. Please welcome Artem Silchenko. Artem's performing a forward flying one somersault.
He's doing the single forward somersault as well in the pike position. Again, this is personally one of my favourite dives to watch. It's just got to have so much control throughout the whole dive. Can't make a single mistake. Very nicely done there. Solid entry into the water, hardly any splash whatsoever. That's exactly what we're looking to see.
Artem Silchenko from Russia.
9s from all the judges, 75.6.
9, 8.
Puts him up just behind Gary Hunt.
9 for 75.6. Currently in second place behind Gary Hunt from Great Britain. 75.6. And so the first dive. Still early days, of course. They'll be back for the optional dive, the hard dive a little bit later on. From Belarus, Viktor Maslowski.
Okay, next up is Viktor. Inward, flying, single somersault. So this is the same as the forwards, except for he's going to do it facing backwards and rotating forwards towards the diving board. quite a bit of splash there coming up from his entry. Looked a little bit short. We got a bit of a smack in the butt there from the water. It's not going to be pleasant coming from that sort of height. It's 27 meters up, 100 miles an hour when they're hitting the water.
Official results for
Yeah, fives, 4.5 from the judges. Total of 40.6. Puts him down in 12th.
You ready for WWF high dive?
Next up from the USA, Kyle Mitrione.
Okay, Kyle from the United States of America. In with 3 somersaults, half twist. Yeah, great entry into the water. Looked a little bit choppy off the diving board there. Just flicking down into his somersault, but then he's got to do that because he's got to rotate 3 full somersaults. 8s from all the judges and 67.2.
8 and another 8. For a total of 67.2 for Kyle Mitrione from the USA. It's his first dive, of course. It's in the first round for the men's high dive. Here at the FINA High Diving World Cup 2017 at Yas Marina. 67.2. Divisional 6th place for Kyle. Next diver from Colombia, Orlando.
Okay, Orlando from Colombia.
Reverse flying 1 somersault.
He's in the reverse flying single somersault in the top position. Again, another beautiful dive to watch. Nice and floaty, nice and slow. Dropping 27 meters from that platform to the water. Fantastic, great entry into the water. He's happy.
Simply brilliant reverse flying 1 somersault. Results for
Slightly lower degree of difficulty of 2.7 rather than 2.8. 8.5, 8.5, 8. And 67.5. That puts him in 6th for now. Still got 9 to go.
Me dijiste tienes parado como en la foto.
Okay, Karol from Poland. He's our 15th diver up. Reverse somersault in the tuck position. Again, not the choice he could have had. This is the lower degree of difficulty dive. Very nicely done. A little short on the entry there. Not quite getting the vertical. It's good enough. It's going to score 7s. Did pull his knees apart there just a little bit in the somersault. Yeah, 7, 6.5, 6.5. 54 points. Puts him in 13th for the moment. Okay, Andy Jones from the USA. He's doing the forward 3 somersaults half twist.
Next up from the USA, it's Andy Jones, and he's performing a forward 3 somersaults with a half twist.
Good solid dive there. You can see he does the first somersault really fast in that type of position, kicks out, puts some brakes on, sees where he is. Does the second 2 somersaults nice and slow, goes kick out, nice and straight, and then pulls it round with a pike and a half turn for the water. 6s, 6, and 6.5. Total of 51.8 points.
Andy Jones from the USA.
Okay, over to Great Britain next with Owen Weymouth. One of our younger divers here today.
It's Owen Weymouth. Owen's performing a forward
Flying forward single somersault. Okay, nice dive there. See him twisting a little bit off the board. You can see his right hand side of his body dropping a little bit quicker than his left hand side. See on the replay.
Only 18 years old.
A little bit of a twist there. Man did well to straighten himself out. 6, 6.5, 7. Total of 54.6 points.
5.5 and 7 for Owen Weymouth. A total of 54.6 points.
Okay, over to Ukraine next with Oleski.
From the Ukraine, Oleksiy Grigorov. Oleksiy performing the
Reverse double somersault half twist.
One twist.
Sorry, reverse double somersault, 1 full twist. So he's going to do half twist in the first somersault, half twist in the second somersault.
Україна! Слава Україні!
And the okay that he's ready. Very nicely done. A little bit over on the entry there, kicking up a little bit of a splash. Again, they want to be as vertical as possible when going into the water here. Travelling at such speeds, any slight under or over rotation could cause some serious amount of pain.
6.5 from the judges.
6.5, 5.5, 5, total 47.6.
What about first ever competition? From the Ukraine, Oleksiy Grigorov.
Okay, next up, one of the divers from Great Britain, Blake Aldridge.
Next up from Great Britain, please welcome Blake Aldridge.
Okay, Blake's doing the inward double somersault, half twist in the pike position. Okay, and a nice opening dive there from Blake. So 2-round competition today and 2 rounds tomorrow. We'll keep that up.
Blake Aldridge inward 2 somersaults with a half twist.
Okay, 8s from all the judges. Total of 67.2.
7, 8, 8, 8, 8. 67.2.
4 dives left to go for this round 1.
Tied for 7.
Before we unleash all the divers to do their higher degree of difficulty dives in the second round.
Of course, the judges are marking the dive out of 10, looking for the takeoff, the flight, and the entry to the water as graceful as possible. From Russia,
Okay, over to Russia, Nikita.
Nikita's
Flying forward somersault in the point position. Oh, fantastic entry into the water there. You wouldn't even know he's gone through the water. Such a rip entry, hitting the water nice and straight, tension throughout his body. The judges are going to like to see. It's the last thing they see, it's the first thing on their mind. Yeah, it's reflected in scores 999, 75.6. That puts him in second place, just behind Gary there, and joint with Artem, his fellow mate from Russia.
From Russia, 75.6.
Three divers left to go for round 1.
Well, no doubt. Excellent start for Nikita Fedotov. Next up from Colombia, Miguel Garcia.
To Miguel Garcia from Colombia. Back double somersault, 1 twist. Again, when they do this dive, they can do a half twist in the first somersault, and then half twist in the second somersault, also known as a half in, half out. Half twist in, half twist out. Got the thumbs up, ready to go. Okay, nice dive there. See a little bit of a twist off the diving board. Could have done with just a little bit more extension before going into the somersault and the twist. I'll show that on the replay now. You can see here, straight into the twist there, a little bit wonky. Pulled it round nicely. 8s from the judges, 67.2. 3 people in 8th at the moment with 67.2. Blake Aldridge and Kyle. 2 dives left to go.
You can see those Colombian flags waving in the crowd there. Keep them high, guys. From the USA.
Okay, next diver up. Steve LeBlue from the United States of America. Forwards, 3.5, 3 somersaults, half twist. In the pike position. The code for this dive is 5161B. 5 tenderness is a twist, 1 being the direction, 6 being the number of half rotations, and 1B being the shape. Very nicely done. Solid entry into the water. Yeah, he's up, he's given the okay, he's happy. Again, all the degree of difficulties for this first round of dives is about 2.8. There's a couple of 2.7s, but that is the max 2.8. 8 from the judges, 67.2. This first round of divers need to show all the different aspects of tension, squeeze in, the finer parts of the cliff diving, showing that they can perform the easier dives nicely. It's not all about the amount of somersaults and the amount of twists and doing the harder dives. You've got to be able to do the easier dives nicely as well. And the easier dives necessarily aren't the easier dives. You know, they've got to show more control.
Last dive right around from Mexico, Jonathan Paredes.
Okay, final dive for round 1. Jonathan Paredes from Mexico. He's doing the inward double somersault in the pipe, half twist in the pipe position. See him there psyching himself up on the end of the diving board. It's hard to grasp how high this diving board really is, 27 meters. Traveling at nearly terminal velocity when they hit the water. So it's around 120 miles an hour. Inward double somersault, half twist in the pike position. Very nicely done. Good entry into the water. Give him the okay. Where's this going to put him? On the table, ready for round 2. 8.5, 8, 70 points. That puts him joint 5th at the moment.
That concludes round 1 for the men's high dive here on day 1 of the FINA.
So that's it for round 1. Shortly be going into round 2, where the divers can perform any dive of their choice. A high degree of difficulties, up to the highest I've got here is 5.6.
Round 2 for the men on the way.
The level of diving is going to up. Number of somersaults is going to up. Number of twists. There's going to be a couple of handstands in there. Okay, so we've got the leaderboard up. Okay, so we've got Gary Hunt in the number 1 hotspot going into the second round, followed by Nikita from Russia and his teammate Artem from Russia. You can see there with 75.6. We've got, oh, it's gone there. Oh, look at that, we've got 4 people in at 9th. Blake, Miguel, Steve and Kyle. So at the moment there's only 4.2 in it between first and second. And 4.2 in it between second and fourth. Take a minute for the divers to prepare themselves before they go into the second round of dives. Each dive that they perform all has a number connected to it, and the number indicates what the dive is. So I'll give you an example. If they were to do a 108C, forwards being the direction 1.
Steve Lebu from the USA, welcome back to Abu Dhabi. What do you think of our setup here at Yas Marina?
And
Yeah,
8
first of all, thank you. It's great to be back.
That would be
You know,
4
this location is just as
somersaults.
beautiful as the last, and we're
C
all out
being
here
the
loving the
shape
first
tuck.
competition in a while for a lot of these guys. So I think everyone's just happy to be together again as a family.
Each
and come on out
direction
to Abu
has a
Dhabi.
number, so
It's the first
1
meet
being
of
forwards,
quite a
2
long
being
season.
backwards,
What does it mean for you
3
to be in
being
Abu Dhabi and to
reverse,
prepare for the next
4
qualification?
being
Right, yeah,
inward,
so I mean,
5
before
twisted, and
yesterday,
6
it had been
arm stand.
152 days since I touched a platform higher than the
Also
10 meter.
known as a
So,
handstand.
you know, really important to kind of come out and shake some of the rust off, just like it is for all these guys. And we're all vying for a spot at World Champions. Top 18 are going to go to World Championships in Budapest. So we're all excited to be here.
You built a pretty strong camaraderie with the rest of the guys here on the tour, but you've got your certain favorites and not so favorites. Do you want to tell us who your toughest competitors are?
I mean, honestly, anyone that is doing this sport with us, embracing the fear, is a tough competitor. It really takes a special kind of person to be here and to be, you know, high diving. So really have to embrace everybody, and you know, it's diving. It's anybody's day.
You've got Dive 2 coming up, so we'll see you up on the platform. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
We're back with round two. Round 2. Up on the platform from Poland, it's Chris Kolanes. Chris is performing inward 3 somersaults.
Okay,
with a
into
half
round
twist.
2. We're back to Chris from Poland. He's doing the inward 3 somersaults half twist in the piked position. Degree of difficulty is 3.8. Giving the okays. Okay, fantastic. This is where the competition really takes off now. Seeing the harder dives. He was previously ranked 16th at the end of the last round.
Chris Kolanes from Poland. Inward 3 somersaults with a half twist. 7.
Okay,
8,
7.5, 7.5, 7.5. Total of 85.5 points.
For a grand total after 2 dives of 144.3 points. Next up from the Czech Republic, Michal Razatin.
Okay, our second diver for round 2 is Michal.
An arm stand back.
Doing the
2.5
arm stand back, 2.5 somersaults, 3 twists. Degree of difficulty is 4.7. At the end of the last round, he was previously ranked 5th. Great balance there in his handstand. Very well done there. It's so easy to get disorientated doing these sorts of dives. Not only is he somersaulting, he's doing multiple twists as well, looking for the water to try and find his entry into the water. I think he did a pretty good job. 8.5, 8.8, 115.15.
For Misha Navratil from the Czech Republic. A total of 185, 185.15 points. After 2 dives.
Seems pretty happy with his dive there.
Next up from Italy, Alessandro.
Okay, next up from Italy, Alessandro Terroz.
Alessandro's performing an arm stand.
He's doing the arm stand correct, 2.5 somersaults, 3 twists in the free position. So the same dive as what we just saw there. Degree of difficulty is 4.7. And the code for this dive is a 6256D. He was ranked 13th at the end of the last round. Okay, that dive was quite over there. That's going to be a bit of a smack in the butt for him. He's okay. Doesn't want to do that too often from that sort of height. Traveling at 100 miles an hour. And the water hitting you in the butt is not going to be pleasant. See here, there, straight over on his entry. Okay, 5.5, 5, 5, and a total of 72.85.
From France, Cyril Omichkan.
Okay, Cyril.
Forward, 4
France,
somersaults,
forward,
half
4.5
twist.
somersaults, half twist in the pike position. Degree of difficulty is 4.1. Good effort there. Just chopping down a little bit off the end of the diving board, not quite getting the height he could have done with. You can see he just had to really pull it around with that half twist at the end there. Yeah, just chopped right down off the end of the board. That's reflected in his scores, 6.5, 6.5, 6, 77.9.
1 point for Cyril Omichkan after 2 dives. Next up from Bulgaria, Todor Spasov.
Okay, Todor
Forward 3 somersaults with 2.5 twists.
with the forward 3.5 somersaults, sorry, 3 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. So that's forwards, 3 somersaults, 2.5 twists piked. So he's going to start facing forwards, he's going to enter the water facing backwards, and he was previously ranked 20 at the end of round 1. 2 rounds today, 2 rounds tomorrow. And the top 18 will go through to the World Championships. Great dive there. You can see he does the 2 twists in the first somersault, opens up, does another somersault, and then in the final somersault does half twist out into the water.
Bulgaria forward 3 somersaults with 2.5 twists. Judges giving 5.5, 6.
Okay, 6s, 6 and 5.5, 75.25.
Next up from Mexico, Sergio Guzman.
Okay, Sergio Guzman from
Sergio
Mexico.
performing back 4 somersaults.
Back 4 somersaults. Degree of difficulty is 4.3. At the end of round 1, he was previously ranked 5th. Nicely done, a little bit over there. As you can see him coming into the water, a little bit onto his butt. This is such a tricky dive to perform now. It's 4 somersaults.
From Mexico,
There's a 3, kick out on the 4th, puts his brakes on, pulls his body around to line up for the water. Not an easy dive.
7.5 and a 7.
Okay, 7, 7.5, 7. Total of 92.45. Puts him in 2nd place for now. We've still got 17 divers to go.
Next up from Luxembourg, Alain Cole. Performing back 3 somersaults with 2
Okay,
twists.
Alain Cole.
Alain Cole.
Back 3 somersaults, 2 twists in the pike position. So he's going to do 1.5 twists on the takeoff and then half twist into the water, I think. Starting facing backwards. First somersault, 2.5 twists, 1 somersault in the pike, and then his final somersault he's going to half twist into the water. Okay, nice dive there. You can see him bending his legs a little bit there to try and give himself a little bit more rotation to enter the water on the vertical. Should be able to see that now in the replay.
Alain Cole back 3
So here on his
somersaults with
takeoff,
2
he goes
twists.
into the 1, 2.5, and here as he comes over, he bends his legs just a little bit to get him around onto the vertical. That has reflected in his scores: 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 55.35. Been looking for something a little bit higher than that.
Guys with the jet skis, just making sure that all our divers
Okay,
are safe as they enter and exit the water. Many thanks to them, of course. Next up from Great Britain.
next up, Gary Hunt. This is where it starts getting a bit exciting. It's the highest degree of difficulty dive we're going to see today. They're forwards 3 somersaults, 4.5 twists in the free position. He was first at the end of the last round. I'm sure if he executes this the way he usually does, he's going to remain in that first place position.
The most difficult dive in the world.
Forward
is
3 somersaults, 4.5 twists. In the free position. Code for this is 5169D. Doing this from a hurdle step, just try and get a little bit extra lift off the end of the diving board, give him more time and space to fit in at this 3 somersaults, 4.5 twists before hitting the water at 100 miles an hour. Fantastic. He does the double twist, he opens out, 1.5 twists, another double twist, and then half twist into the water in the end on the 3rd somersault. He really deserves every mark he gets for this dive. 7.5 from all the judges, 126 points. Puts him up at 205. 20-point lead, sorry, on Michal in 2nd place. That's going to be difficult for anyone to get above him there. I don't think anyone can get above him. There's no one else with a high enough degree of difficulty. Got a couple of 5.2, 5.3s coming up. Okay, Murillo. Forward 3 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position. Slightly lower degree of difficulty of 3.8.
They will be performing forward 3 somersaults with 1.5 twists.
Previously ranked 4th. Has to do this nicely to stay in that top 18 to go through to the World Championships. Very nicely done. Solid entry into the water. Great shape throughout the dive.
Yeah, yes, Marina surely left that one. From Brazil,
He's going to need 7.5 to 8.
Marquez, forward 3 somersaults with 1.5 twists. 8.5.
Yeah, well done. 8.5, 8.5, 8. Total of 95 points. That puts him up in 3rd place for now.
66.4.
He's our 9th diver up.
Good enough for 3rd. So far, for Murilo Galvez Marquez from Brazil.
14 still to go. Well done, Murillo.
From Russia, Igor Samachko. Igor's performing an arm stand.
Okay,
back,
Igor.
2.5 somersaults.
For a higher degree of difficulties, arm stand back, 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the free position. Degree of difficulty is 5.3. Previously ranked 14th at the end of the last round. Needs to stay 14th from above. Still divers to go. Top 18 go through. Great control there as he's lifting up to his handstand. Has his arms quite wide. Okay, quite far over there onto his chest. He's giving the thumbs up, he's okay. That's not going to be comfortable though. It's a hell of an impact there from 27 meters. It's going to reflect in his scores. He's got a high degree of difficulty, which will help him. But 3.5, 3.5, 3, total of 53 points. Puts him down in 9th for now.
For a total of 113.7 points after 2 dives for Igor Samachko from Russia. Next up also from Russia, it's Artem Silchenko.
Okay, over to Artem Silchenko from Russia.
Forward, 2.5 somersaults.
Arm
with
stand
2
forward,
twists.
2.5 somersaults, 2 twists in the free position. Degree of difficulty is 5.2, and he was up in 2nd place with his teammate at the end of round 1. Struggling to get out of his handstand a little bit there to get settled. Again, such a wide grasp there on his arms. And a flick over the top. There's the flick, twist, and the entry into the water. A little bit short there, you see a lot of splash coming up. Okay, he's given the okay. It's okay. It would have been a bit of a smack in the butt.
Points for the arm stand forward, 2.5 somersaults with 2 twists.
See the scuba team a little bit concerned there. It's not going to be comfortable.
For a total of 2 rounds of 138
Okay,
points.
4s from the judges, total of 62.4.
Next up from Belarus, it's Victor Maslowski.
Okay, Victor.
3 somersaults with 2.5
Forward,
twists.
3 somersaults, 2.5 twists. Degree of difficulty is 4.3, and the code for this dive is, as I was explaining earlier, is 5165B. 5 telling us that this is a twisting dive. 1 telling us he's starting forwards. 6 being the number of somersaults. or half somersaults. So 6 half somersaults equals 3 somersaults, 5 being the number of half twists, so that's therefore 2.5 twists, and B being the shape pike. He was ranked 23rd at the end of the last round, so really needs to step it up if he wants to make the final. Top 18 go through. Is that going to be enough? Short there on his entry. A bit of a smack in the face of the water. It's not going to be comfortable. Is he okay? The scuba team have got him. He's not happy. He's unconscious. Just letting the medical team do their job there. Take a moment here to let the medical team do their job, sort him out. It's such a dangerous sport this, and such a high impact when they hit the water.
We're sure that Victor Maslowski is going to be okay. He's just a little bit short of breath, and our expert medical team will make sure that he's fine. Please give a round of applause, guys. Give a round of applause. He can hear you, you know? Victor Maslowski, he's fine, guys. He's fine.
He's going to be okay. He's gained consciousness. Take him off to let the medical team do their job.
He's fine.
Okay, scores 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 45.1.
4, 3.5, and 3.5. So, Michael, guys, we'll be back with you. We're not done yet, but we are going to be back for day 2, of course, of the FINA High Diving World Cup with you tomorrow from 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Please come and join us again and tell your friends. This is spectacular high diving. The world's finest. With us here in Abu Dhabi for the FINA High Diving World Cup 2017. We're just getting ready for the American Carl Mitrione in just a couple of seconds.
Okay, we've got the jet ski support back. Means we can carry on with this competition. And I'm sure we'll get an update on Victor shortly on how he's doing.
Please welcome Kyle Mitrione.
Probably just going to be a bit sore for a few days there. Okay, next diver, Kyle from the United States of America. He's doing the back 3 somersaults, 4 twists in the free position. And he was previously ranked 9th. Degree of difficulty is 5.2. Okay, another dive there, which is just a little bit short. He's okay, he's given the okay sign. These divers have to hit the water vertically. Any slight either way can cause such bad injury. Such a dangerous sport. 5, 5.5, 5, 80.6. It's for Kyle. Puts him in 5th for now. We've still got 10 divers to go.
Next up from Colombia, Orlando Duque.
Okay, Orlando Duque from Colombia. Previously ranked 8th at the end of the last round. And he's doing the reverse 2 somersaults, 4 twists in the free position. Slightly lower degree of difficulty, 4.6. Code for this dive is 5348D. D being the indication that this dive is going to be performed in the 3 position. Nice into the water there, rip entry, nice and straight. Got the okays from him. It's good to see a nice, clean, safe dive.
Reverse 2 somersaults with 4 twists. Orlando Duque, the experience there, just showing 8.5.
8, 7.5. 108.1.
7.5.
Overall score of 175.6, and that puts him into 3rd place at the moment.
Putting him in 3rd place. Next up from Poland, Karol Witanski. Karol performing a forward 3 somersaults with a half twist.
Okay, Karol from Poland. Forward 3 somersaults, half twist in the pike position. Degree of difficulty is 3.4. Okay, slightly over there on the entry into the water. We've got the okay, that's good. See there, that was forward 3 somersaults. He did the whole somersault in the pike, and then as he's looking for the water, half twist there, losing his feet a little bit. It's reflecting his scores, 5s from the judges, 51 points.
5, 4.5, and 5.5. For a total of 105 points for Karol Witanski from Poland.
Okay, 9 dives to go for round 2.
Andy performing back 3 somersaults with 3 twists.
Okay, Andy Jones from the United States of America. Back 3 somersaults, 3 twists in the pike position. Degree of difficulty is 4.6. Very nicely done again. Nice, clean, safe dive. That's what the judges want to see. Nice distance away from the edge of the platform there, not getting too close. Good body tension there, looking for the water. Okay, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. 117.3, that puts him into 4th position for now. Total score 169.1.
Next up from Great Britain, Owen Weymouth. Owen performing arm stand forward 2.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists.
Okay, Owen Weymouth from Great Britain. Arm stand forward, 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twist in the pike position. One of the slightly easier dives in this round 2 compared to the others. Degree of difficulty is 4.1, previously ranked 18th. So he needs to keep that place or improve to go through to the final. Or the World Championship, sorry. Ooh, a little bit wobbly there on his handstand. He's pressed it back up. No, he's come down. He needs to compose himself. He will get a penalty for that.
Some support, please, for Owen Weymouth. Go on, yes, Marina. Let him hear you. Come on, Owen.
Okay, composed himself. He's going to give it another try. Trying to get his handstand again. Okay, he did the dive, wasn't his best. He's okay. Not quite safe in his handstand. He's going to be a little bit disappointed with that. At least he's okay. Handstand has to be right on the end of the board. He can't afford to fall off the end, because when we saw what happened earlier to one of the divers, we don't want that happening to anywhere else.
Just a couple of changes because there are 2 penalties. For a total of 87.4 for Owen Weymouth. Next up from the Ukraine, we have Oleksiy Krigorov. Oleksiy performing forward 3
Okay,
somersaults with
Oleksiy.
2.5 twists.
He's our 18th man up. He's in the forward 3 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. Degree of difficulty is 4.3. Slightly over there on the entry into the water. That's going to be a bit of a smack in the back. He's okay. Yeah, got the thumbs up. Loads of rotation, loads of flick off the diving board there. A little bit too much. But at least he's safe. You can see a bit of a lean off the end of the diving board. 22nd at the end of the last round. 4, 4.5, 4. Total of 53.75 and an overall score of 101.35. Okay, 5 dives to go for this competition.
Blake Aldridge. Blake's performing a back 3 somersaults.
Okay, over to Blake Aldridge from Great Britain. Degree of difficulty 4.6, back 3 somersaults, 3 twists in the pike position. Ninth at the end of the last round. Good solid dive there from Blake. Great entry into the water. Nice and safe. That is the key thing at the moment. Safe.
Back 3 somersaults with 3 twists. Marks for Blake. 8.5, 8.5, 8.
Okay, the scores are in. 8.5, 8.5, 8. 115 points. That puts him up in 3rd at the moment. So it looks like, well, he's got 2 more rounds tomorrow. If he keeps this up, he'll be going through to the final, or the World Championships. Sorry. Okay, 4 to go for round 2. Okay, Nikita from Russia. Forward 3 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. Degree of difficulty is 4.3. Okay, at the end of the last round, Nikita was joint 2nd place with his Russian teammate. Forward 3 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. Another good dive there, nice entry into the water, a little bit short, but because he had the pike it helped him to pull it round just on the entry there. Let's see what the judges think.
Excellent performances so far. Points for
Okay,
Nikita.
6, 5.5, 5.5, total of 73.1, over a score of 148.7, and that puts him in 8th place.
Dives for Nikita.
Full 3 dives to go.
Next diver from Colombia, Miguel Garcia.
Miguel Garcia from Colombia. Inward, 4 somersaults, half twists in the tuck position.
Half twist.
Degree of difficulty is 4.4. At the end of round 1, Miguel was in 9th position. Ah, fantastic. Great entry into the water. Rip entry is what the judge is looking for. Last thing they see, first thing they think about. That's going to score 8, 8.5.
Miguel Garcia, what have you done?
Okay, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. 112.2. Puts him up in 4th at the moment with an overall score of 179.4.
8.5. He's still in 4th spot with 179.
2 divers to go.
4 points
USA
for
and
Miguel Garcia
Mexico.
from Colombia. 2 to go. Next up from the USA.
Okay, Steve LeBlue from the United States of America.
5 somersaults with a half
Okay.
twist.
Forward, 5 somersaults with a half twist. So this is the most amount of somersaults that we would have seen so far. Degree of difficulty is 5.1. Previously ranked 9th at the end of the last round. Wow, what a dive. That was fantastic. That was 5 somersaults, half twist into the water, complete rip entry, solid, great tension throughout the dives there, pulling in that deep, deep pike shape, opening out, looking for the water, and bang. 9s from all the judges, 137.7. That puts him up at 204.9, just behind Gary Point there by, what's that, 1.9? 0.9 of a point.
Final diver
In second place.
from Mexico, Jonathan Paredes. Final dive for today.
Okay, Jonathan Paredes from Mexico. Final dive for round 2.
1.5 twists.
Final dive for today.
Final dive for the day, for the men. Second round. Forward, 4 somersaults with 1.5 twists.
Forward 4 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position. He's going to take a little bit of a hurdle step for this just to get a little bit of extra pop off the end of the board, bit more height. It's 27 meters up and he wants more height. Sounds a bit crazy to me. But he knows what he's doing. He needs to fit 4 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position. Degree of difficulty 4.7. 5th at the end of the last round. He's going to need to score at least 8s to maintain that position. Don't think that's quite going to be enough. I'm looking at 7.5 for that.
Excellent effort from Jonathan Paredes from Mexico.
Good dive for him to finish on there. A nice safe dive for him to finish on. See here in the replay, popping off the board there. Could have pulled it tight, a little loose with the feet there. Yeah, 7.5, 7.5, 6.5, 101.5. Total of 171.05. And that puts him in 7th place at the end of round 2. We've got 2 more rounds to go tomorrow. That's it for today. We had the women's event and then the men's event.
For the men, Gary Hunt leading.
We're just going to take a quick look at the leaderboard.
Steve Lebeau in second. Michal Navratil from the Czech Republic in third.
And then we're going to be back tomorrow with the second round, or the third and the fourth round for the women's event, which will be at 1:10 followed by the 2 rounds for the men at 3:10.
The Brazilian Murilo Galvez Marquez in 9th. Sergio Guzman 10th. Nikita Fedotov in 11th.
Okay, so we've got Gary Hunt in the first spot, 205. Steve from the USA, 204. Michael, 185. Blake in 4th, 182. Miguel, 179. Orlando from Colombia with Miguel from following him there, 175. Jonathan Paredes, 7th from Mexico, 171. Andy Jones from the USA. Okay, it's the top 18 that go through, so we still have 2 more days tomorrow. Okay, Murillo from Brazil in 9th, 166.4. Sergio Guzman from Mexico, 162. Nikita from Russia, 148. Kyle from the USA, 147. See all the way down to 23rd with Victor. Victor's the one that had the unfortunate accident. We all hope he's okay and wish him the best. That is it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be back tomorrow, like I said, with the women's event at around 1 o'clock for their final 2 rounds. And we look forward to speaking to you then.
All the athletes, please proceed to the pontoon. We have a ceremony for Niki Stapovic. Special ceremony marking the life of Niki Stapovic, please. All the athletes, please proceed to the pontoon to make it to the other side. Following the ceremony, they'll be training for 45 minutes. But please, athletes, now can you proceed to the pontoon for the special ceremony marking the life and time of Niki Stapovic, please. All the athletes proceed to the pontoon to go to the other side.